Starting with the number 10 for today is the 1966 Ford Fairlane GTA 390. Under the hood, it packed a massive 390 cubic inch 6.4-liter V8 engine from Ford's powerful FE series. This beast pumped out around 427 pound-feet of torque, giving it the kind of grunt that could launch you back in your seat. Back in '66, you could snatch one of these beauties for around $3,000. If you took it to the track, it could run the quarter mile in around 14.5 seconds. And with a heavy foot, it could hit over 100 miles per hour. Ford only made 37,000 units of this model, making it special, yet accessible for muscle car enthusiasts back in the day. One cool feature was its Sports Shift shifter, allowing drivers to switch between automatic and manual modes, adding a unique touch for those who love the feel of control. Number 9, the 1966 Mercury Comet Cyclone GT390. Now meet the 1966 Mercury Comet Cyclone GT390. Ford built 13,812 of these two-door hardtop coupes with a base price of $2,891. This was Ford's way of saying, we can go even faster. The Comet Cyclone was a little quicker than the Fairlane in stock form, thanks to its performance-focused design. The Cyclone GT was Mercury's top-tier trim with the same FE big block V8 engine, but tweaked to deliver a roaring 335 horsepower. Car and Driver magazine clocked this car at an impressive 13.98 seconds in the quarter mile at nearly 104 miles per hour. That was some great speed for the time. The Comet GT came with a two-door hardtop or sedan body, giving fans options. From the track to the street, it was one of those cars that could keep up with anything GM threw at it. We might think we've seen this car before. It looks a bit like a Ford Fairlane, doesn't it? But don't be fooled. The Comet is actually a special version made by Mercury. It's like a fancier, more stylish version of the Fairlane. In 1966, the Comet Cyclone GT stood out as one of Ford's finest entries in the muscle car market, blending style with serious power. These cars captured the spirit of the era: bold, fast, and unforgettable. Number 8, the 1966 Buick Grand Sport 401. Now this beauty came equipped with Buick's distinctive 401 cubic inch 6.6-liter nailhead V8 engine. It would have cost you around $3,500. The nickname Nailhead came from the engine's unique vertical valves, which helped deliver a massive 445 pound-feet of torque. This torque was perfect for cruising highways with ease and made the Grand Sport feel like a luxury car with a punch. The engine was branded as the Wildcat 445 by Buick, which actually referenced the torque rating rather than the engine size, an unusual touch that only added to its beauty. With a top speed of around 105 miles per hour and a quarter-mile time of about 14.7 seconds, this car wasn't built as a race car, but it still had the muscle to compete. Buick produced only around 13,800 of these in 1966, making it a bit of a rare gem. At number 7, the 1966 Chevrolet Malibu SS396. Then there's the 1966 Chevrolet Malibu SS396. This car marked Chevrolet's serious entry into the muscle car market, setting the stage for the Chevy Chevelle that would follow. It originally was sold for around $2,900. The Malibu SS396 packed a 396 cubic inch 6.5-liter V8 engine, available with either 325 or 360 horsepower. The higher-powered version cranked out up to 410 pound-feet of torque, giving it a thrilling quarter-mile time of about 14.2 seconds and a top speed near 110 miles per hour. Only about 5,400 units of the Malibu SS396 were made, adding to its rarity and appeal among collectors. This model featured Chevrolet's signature styling, bold lines, and a sleek, sporty style that could stop traffic as quickly as it sped past it. At number 6, the 1966 Pontiac GTO 389 Tri-Power. Next up is the 1966 Pontiac GTO 389 Tri-Power. By 66, the GTO wasn't just a package on the Le Mans anymore. It became its own model, built on the A-body platform, which gave it some unique curves and an undeniable presence. Pontiac introduced a sleek plastic grille and optional Strato bucket seats to add a touch of modern style, which was new and bold at the time. But the real magic was under the hood. You could get the GTO with a 389 cubic inch, 6.4-liter V8 engine. And those lucky enough could snag the Tri-Power setup, a triple carburetor system that delivered a potent 360 horsepower. Although this Tri-Power configuration wasn't souped up from the previous year, it still held its own with a quarter-mile time of around 14.5 seconds. In the competitive muscle car market, the GTO might have dropped from first to fifth, but its legacy as the grandfather of muscle held strong. At number 5, it's the 1966 Shelby GT350 Supercharged. Then we have the 1966 Shelby GT350 Supercharged. While the Mustang became a hit right from its debut in 1964, it wasn't exactly a muscle car yet. That all started changing when Carroll Shelby took the Mustang under his wing in 1965, stripping it down and adding serious power to the SCCA racing scene. The result was the GT350, a lean, mean racing machine that could tear up the track and hold its own on the street. Did you know that the supercharger option added $479 to Shelby's sticker price back in 1966? That's equivalent to about $4,500 in today's money. By 1966, Shelby took things up a notch with the optional Paxton supercharger, boosting the 289 cubic inch 4.7-liter Hypo V8 to an incredible 440 horsepower. Only 11 examples were ever built with the Paxton supercharger installed by the factory. When Car Life magazine tested a supercharged GT350, it clocked in at a blistering 14 seconds in the quarter mile, reaching 92 miles per hour. That was some serious speed, especially considering this was a car designed for both the street and track. At number 4, it's the 1966 Dodge D-Dart Superstock 273. Moving on, we've got the 1966 Dodge Dart Superstock 273. Dodge designed this car purely for drag racing, packing a 273 cubic inch, 4.5-liter small block V8 engine that delivered around 275 pound-foot of torque. But what made the Dart stand out wasn't just the engine. It was the weight. Dodge stripped the interior down to the basics and used lightweight materials, creating one of the lightest muscle cars around. For those who wonder why a car company would strip down a perfectly good car and make it as bare bones as possible, this car was a stripped-down, simple machine designed to be as light and fast as possible. Dodge took their compact Dart model and basically threw everything out that wasn't essential for speed. They used lightweight materials like fiberglass for some body panels, and they even removed things like the heater and radio to save weight. This minimalistic approach paid off big time. In optimal conditions, the Dart could hit the quarter mile in under 12 seconds, a jaw-dropping time for its day, and top out at around 110 miles per hour. Dodge only produced 50 of these, all as special orders, and they weren't even street legal. This car was a purebred drag racer, built for one purpose: to leave competitors in the dust. It remains a rare gem for collectors who appreciate Dodge's serious commitment to speed. At number 3, the 1966 Ford 427 Fairlane. Then there's the 1966 Ford 427 Fairlane. Ford took muscle to another level with this beast, equipping it with a massive 427 cubic inch, 7-liter V8 engine that was originally developed for NASCAR. With around 480 pound-feet of torque, this Fairlane could accelerate hard and fast. hitting the quarter mile in close to 13 seconds and reaching speeds of over 120 miles per hour. It would cost around $3,800 in 1966. Ford only made 57 units with the 427 engine option, making it a rare treasure for muscle car fans. The 427 Fairlane was all about performance. Ford didn't prioritize comfort or extras here. Its raw power and no-nonsense design appealed to serious racing enthusiasts who wanted a car that could conquer the track without any distractions. At number 2, the 1966 Plymouth Hemi Satellite. For the 1966 Plymouth Hemi Satellite, Plymouth decided to use the legendary 426 cubic inch 7-liter Hemi V8 in this model. Originally built for NASCAR, the Hemi engine was a monster, giving the Satellite a solid 425 horsepower and earning it the nickname Elephant for its power and size. The design was aimed at younger buyers, and with the Hemi under the hood, the Satellite could fly down the strip with a 13.8-second quarter-mile time at 103.8 miles per hour, as tested by Car and Driver magazine. It quickly became a serious contender on the muscle car scene, combining raw power with aggressive styling. The Satellite became a perfect example of what Plymouth was capable of when they were fully committed to performance. And at number 1, the 1966 Oldsmobile 442 W30. Now, the 1966 Oldsmobile 442 W30 was Oldsmobile's answer to rivals like the Pontiac GTO. The 442 had started as a Cutlass-based model, but by '66, it was truly coming into its own. Powered by the 400 cubic inch 6.6-liter Rocket V8, Oldsmobile offered two versions of this engine. The W30 option, which included special upgrades like modified cylinder heads, a high-performance cam, and a unique induction system, was the best of the lineup. What made the W30 package so special? In addition to the air induction and moving the battery, it also included a high-performance camshaft, special cylinder heads, and a unique carburetor. All these parts worked together to get the most power out of that big 400 cubic inch engine. Officially rated at 360 horsepower, the W30 was known to pack a lot more real-world power. In a test by CarCraft magazine, the 442 W30 hit 13.8-second quarter mile at 105.2 miles per hour, outrunning even some GTOs of the day, and becoming the quickest production muscle car in 1966.